Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your favorite Klaviyo email marketing YouTube channel. My name is Philip. Today, we're going to be talking about how to use VIP customers to print absolute cash with Klaviyo. Okay, so chances are, if you're watching this video, if you took an interest in the actual title, chances are you're ignoring the most potent group of customers you have. These are the people who care the most about you, who know the most about you, and who trust you the most, and you're not using them in the correct way. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Okay, here is a screenshot of how we used this exact strategy to generate 44 grand off of a singular email while only sending to 5,000 recipients. Okay, so to get into it, first of all, if it's your first time on the channel, welcome. It's great to have you. If you're coming back for the second, third, fourth time, welcome back. I'm glad you find the channel valuable. Why should you listen to me, right? Well, my name is Philip Moldovanu. I have over $25 million in added email revenue through Klaviyo specifically. Actively, at the time of recording this, my agency manages over 30 different 6, 7, 8, and even 9-figure e-commerce brands who are doing over $100 million per year in sales on Klaviyo. Okay, we send millions of emails per month, and here's a screenshot. I have literally, I say it in all my videos, tons of screenshots of all sizes of accounts that you could lay your eyes on. Just shoot me a DM. But this brand right here is doing 70% of their business all from Klaviyo, up 405%. So really quickly, why are VIPs so important, right? Why am I making this video? Why should you care? Why should you really start using them more frequently, right? Well, you have to understand, right? Pretty common sense. Repeat buyers spend obviously 3 to 5 times more, sometimes even 6, 7, 8x, depending on your average order value and your repeat purchase rate and all that stuff. But they typically spend 3 to 5 times more than one-time buyers, right? They're just objectively more valuable to your brand, right? So you want to make sure you're squeezing out the most possible juice out of these people, right? They've already passed the trust threshold with your brand, meaning they are already comfortable with you guys. They know what you do. They know your mission. They know how you guys started in most cases. They really like your products. Chances are, not chances are, but if they are a repeat customer and if they are a VIP customer, I'll show you the actual segments in a second here. They know your products very well, right? They probably have a couple of them, or they've purchased from you multiple times before, right? So getting over that barrier and getting them to spend their money with you again is infinitely easier than somebody who's a cold traffic shopper. Obviously, right? That trust level is so different in a VIP customer versus a cold traffic shopper. And most people, they're just so focused on the cold traffic, like front end optimization, which, don't get me wrong, is extremely important. And we take that very seriously. And I have tons of videos on that. But you can't forget about these people who you've already converted, right? Once you convert someone, the chances of you pulling out extra revenue from them are infinitely higher, right? And most people just kind of let them sit there or just hope that they come back after seeing some random campaign, right? Not the way to do it, okay? Also, email marketing is the absolute cheapest and most direct way to activate these people and get them to come back and get them to spend more money with you and to kind of use these direct response style messaging to get them to come back, right? It costs literally pennies to send an email. It's not, I wouldn't say it's free. You still have to pay Klaviyo. If you're working with an awesome team like mine, you obviously have to pay us, which, you can watch tons of videos on my channel about the ROI of our service. We won't make you an offer unless the ROI is at least a 15x. Anyway, subtle plug there. It's extremely dirt cheap to get in front of these people, right? And most people don't really, utilize that when it comes to VIPs, okay? And what I was saying before, not to beat a dead horse here, but I really want to hammer it home. Most brands, I do a lot of audits on brands, like multiple per week. I talk to a lot of brand owners and I ask them, like, what are you guys doing? Like, what's your VIP strategy? Like, how do you treat repeat customers? And it's just kind of the same, right? They don't really have a fleshed out system for squeezing out the most possible profit from these people who already gave them money. Okay. So don't do that, which is why you're watching the video. Okay. So here are some different criteria for building your own VIP segment. Okay. Very simple. I didn't make it super complicated. This is what you typically want to do. Okay. So first of all, you want to make sure that these people can receive email marketing. Okay. That's just email marketing 101. Don't send emails to people who aren't, subscribed, who haven't given you consent. Also, you can do it 2 ways, right? I typically do both. I do an or, and not an and, I do an or. Okay. So place order at least X times. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, like, what do I put for the X? Like, is it 2, 3, 4 times that someone's placed an order? It really just depends on your brand. It depends on your repeat purchase rate. Like, for example, if someone comes back to your brand 3 times on average, don't make this 3 times. Don't make it place order at least 3 times, because that's just an average shopper. You want people who have gone above and beyond with your brand. You want people who have proven they like your brand and they're loyal to your brand. And if someone is, not exhibiting that, don't put them in this segment, right? So for example, for most brands, depending on what you sell, it's going to be one, right? It's going to be one. The majority of your customers are going to purchase once, right? If you're selling like a consumable or replenishable energy drink, stuff like that, like, or a subscription-based model, subscription-based e-commerce brand, then it might be more normal for you to have a higher amount of placed orders per customer. But this kind of has to vary on your specific brand, right? So if your average shopper just comes and purchases once and that's it, make it 2 or 3, right? Make it 2 or 3. Place order at least 2 times, place order at least 3 times, right? This person has proven that not only did they purchase from you once and they enjoyed their experience, but they also came back and spent more money with you. And even for a third time, they came back and spent more money with you. So that's going to be a great segment to send to, okay? Or make sure you have an or filter there, or their placed order value is above a certain dollar amount. So this obviously depends on your AOV. You know your AOV better than me. I don't know your brand. If you want to book a call with me, I can know your brand, obviously. But if your AOV, let's say, is $80, right? I usually make it around double the AOV, right? Because that person has proven that, hey, they have multiple of our products in their cart. They like what they're seeing here. And so AOV is another way you can do it. I typically do both, right? You do an or statement. Okay. So pretty simple, not ultra complicated. I don't know if you were anticipating this to be ultra complicated. I can get much more nitty gritty and granular with the actual details here, but I want to make it pretty simple and straightforward so you guys can just like implement these things immediately, right? But that's what you're going to want to do and set the criteria up for this segment as, okay? Here are some different use cases for your VIP segments. Once you've created them, how are you going to use them? Well, my favorite way to use them is when you're running sales, right? So exclusive deals, early access. We crushed it recently for one of our clients with this strategy. I have a whole separate video on my channel about how we did that. But when you're running a sale, VIP customers are honestly going to make you more money than like your general list. I guarantee it. So early access, exclusive deals to these VIP customers, send them messaging like, hey, you're getting this email because you are one of our top customers. Make sure that you're calling them out for that, right? Make sure they understand why you're giving them early access, right? Because you've earned it, because you have proven that you're a repeat customer. Thank you so much for your support. We take good care of you guys. Here's early access to this new drop, to this new collection, to this new deal, this Black Friday deal. You guys better be using this for Black Friday. It's going to absolutely crush for you guys. I guarantee it. But tell them like why you're giving them this deal, right? And make them feel special, right? Hey, you're a loyal customer. We see you. We recognize you. We appreciate it. Here's early access to this new drop. The general public gets access to this in a week. We sent you early access a week early because we want to thank you for your support. And we want to make sure that you have the best possible chance of picking out the products that you like, because things are going to go off the shelves very quickly, right? Introducing that urgency there. And so that's the perfect way to do it, right? New drops, invite only sales, secret bundles. You could do, just a regular discount, anything. But make sure you're using these ahead of your big sales. It's going to absolutely crush for you. Okay. Next, you can also put them in flows, right? So different backend flows. An example would be like a VIP post-purchase flow. So you can recommend these people higher value products. So it can kind of trigger once somebody has purchased again after the second time. So basically you can show them products that are of a higher value, higher dollar amount, because people are more likely to actually purchase them given that they spent more money with you. And again, you'll see a general theme here. You want to make sure that you're talking to these people and you're making them feel good about what you're actually doing, right? You want to make sure they feel valued, they feel heard, and make them feel a little bit special, right? Since you're one of our best customers, here's a special discount on more product, right? Or you couldn't keep your hands off these products. Here's a discount to make it even easier to add to your collection, whatever. You can get clever with the actual copy, but make sure you're using them in your flows is another great way to do it. And this one right here, I would definitely focus on these two before you experiment with these. But this is kind of just like the cherry on top. It does work and it does generate a fair amount of sales depending on the size of your brand. But for these birthday or anniversary emails, you can really create kind of like a more sense of like one-on-one attention with each individual shopper, right? So for example, anniversary flows, your 1 year anniversary as a customer, you can segment that out based on if they have a certain dollar amount or not, right? We remembered your first order. Here's a gift for being so loyal, that type of thing, right? So you can definitely use those all the time in these flows, okay? So general idea here, exclusive deals and early access should be your number one priority. Don't run a sale without offering that sale to your VIP segment and your VIP customers prior to the general public, and make sure they know that. Make sure that they're getting a deal here. They're getting something special. Don't just say, hey, you've got early access. No, tell them exactly why they're getting it, right? Don't leave any stone unturned. You can put them in your flows. A great example of that would be in a VIP post-purchase flow for people who have purchased with you more than once or have a certain AOV, right? You can talk to them in a specific way, show them higher value products, get them to upsell at a higher rate, okay? And also birthday or anniversary emails, creating that one-on-one sense of attention there, okay? And here's that screenshot again. I have tons more. I honestly should have put a different one in here. But you see, when you have these VIP customers, we sent to 5,000 people, or 5,000 people opened it, and we got a 12% click rate and 44 grand off of this email, right? With a $184 AOV. I won't say who the brand is, but their AOV generally, like typically on average, is much lower than 184, right? It's because there's so much built up demand on this list from these VIP customers, right? It's a layup basically if you do it correctly. So that is that. Now, make sure also one last thing I want to specify here. Make sure you're stacking this with SMS. I have a whole video on SMS too on my YouTube channel, which you can check out. But make sure that you're sending these emails to your VIP segment, and you're also sending these people a text, which typically these SMS messages are going to have a crazy conversion rate for these VIP people, right? Text like, hey, Philip, you're one of our top 500 customers. We've got something super special for you. Here's early access. You can kind of figure it out from there. But I love using this one. Depending on the size of your brand, you can say 500, 1,000. You're one of our top 10,000 customers, whatever, right? Make it realistic. But putting like a number in it, right, and having that quantifiable really makes people feel special, right? And it's just kind of different. I haven't seen many brands do that. So that's another thing you can do right there. Okay. Make sure you're pairing email and SMS. Okay. So, I hope you guys got some value from that. If you guys want like more just free email marketing, tips and tricks and just different strategies that I use with my clients on pretty much a daily basis, I explain a lot of that in my actual newsletter. It's completely free. I send multiple times per week where you guys will kind of just see what we're doing on a daily basis to manage our, again, 6, 7, 8, and even 9-figure accounts. So join that. There's a link in the description if you want to join. And last thing I'll say here to plug my agency here, shameless plug right here. If you guys want to kind of have a team of experts come in who actually care about your business and who actually guarantee results, or you get a full refund, click the link in the description. It'll be the first link. You can book a call with me directly. I will get on a call with you. We will chat about your brand. We'll do an audit on your brand. I'll tell you everything that's going wrong with your brand in terms of your Klaviyo strategy. And I'll also give you a concrete dollar amount that I'd be able to add to your business, excuse me, in a certain amount of time. So if you're interested in that, click the first link in the description. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any specific types of videos coming next. But I hope you guys liked that one. It was a pretty short one, pretty straightforward, straight to the point. But this will be a huge moneymaker for you guys. I really encourage you guys, next sale you're running, please, please, please utilize these VIP segments. They will be a gold mine. So appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.